Hey, I'm your host, Jen Wheeler, and this is the Healthy Her podcast. I'm a teacher, author, and foodie who went from being addicted to sugar, skipping meals, and struggling to get in control of my eating, to someone who is 10 kilos down, eats all the yummy foods without restriction, and is finally in control of my hunger. I'm obsessed with helping other health-conscious women ditch the confusion and overwhelm so they can cultivate healthy eating habits and truly thrive. The Healthy Her podcast was created to give you real talk about healthy eating, as well as easy, actionable tips that fit seamlessly into your busy lifestyle. I'm not just your host. Think of me as your healthy eating hype gal, your personal cheerleader as we chat all things healthy eating, weight loss, and mindset mastery, so you can become the healthiest, happiest version of you. So if you're ready to ditch the guilt, reclaim your confidence, and unlock the very best version of you, then you're in the right place. So let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Healthy Her podcast. I always feel super special and just excited that, you've taken that time out of your day to listen to another episode of the podcast. So I always just want to say that I'm so grateful for all of the love and the support and for all of the follows and for the reviews. So if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the follow or subscribe button on like Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening so that you don't miss an episode because we drop a new one every single Tuesday. So if you haven't already, make sure that you hit that follow and subscribe button. Today's podcast episode is an exciting one because we are talking all about procrastination. And I know you've all just let out a huge sigh then because we've all been there, we've all done it. And I'm going to be sharing with you my top tips so you can finally stop procrastinating and start taking action on the things that you want to do so that you can show up for yourself and so that you can take better care of yourself. Now, one thing I've learned in all of this is that women have good intentions for themselves. Have yet to meet a woman or talk to a woman, whether that's through my business, my work, or whether that's a friend or a family member that does not have good intentions for themselves. So all women have good intentions for themselves. So they want to eat better. They want to exercise. They want to look good in their clothes. They want to feel good. They want to have better sleep. They want to have more energy. So every woman that I have talked to has good intentions for themselves. But what happens is they struggle with turning those good intentions for themselves into action. So they know that something's got to change. They know that they want to eat better. They know that they need to get moving. They know that they might need to lose a few kilos, but they just struggle with turning those good intentions that they have for themselves and turning it into action and actually turning it into the doing part. So today I'm going to be talking to you all about why you procrastinate and what you can do to get out of that procrastination and start taking action towards the things you want. And this, obviously we're talking about healthy eating and weight loss and exercise and all those kind of things, but this is going to relate to anything in your life that you are sitting on the fence about, that you're procrastinating about, that you have intentions, the things that you want to do, but you're just struggling to start taking that action. And I've been there too. I've sat around for hours and gone, I really want to go and work out. I really want to lose some weight. I really want to start getting back into my workouts. And we waste so much time in the procrastination phase when we could actually just be doing the thing. So something that I'm so passionate about is that knowledge is power. And this is a huge thing that I learned on my journey. The more you know, the more you understand, because as women, we are so all up in our heads and we just think that we are failures, that we can't do it, what's wrong with us, we must be broken. And it's purely because you don't understand. No one has taught you the how of healthy eating and weight loss. Every program or everything that you have tried in the past has only given you the what to follow. So it said, okay, here's a week of eating. I want you to follow this perfectly. Here's a month of workouts. I want you to follow this. Now that's great. And you've probably done it and followed it perfectly. But once it's finished, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know why you're doing it. You don't actually know why you were doing those workouts or why you were eating that way in the first place. Knowledge is power. And that is my big thing. I will teach you the how of weight loss, because what happens is when you understand what you're doing, the confusion disappears, the overwhelm disappears. That sort of lost feeling like you're just trying different things and nothing's sticking or nothing's working disappears, because you have clarity, because you understand, oh, okay, my breakfast is made up of these things and I'm eating this way and I'm eating this many calories and I'm doing these things because I understand why I'm doing it. So instead of just floundering around and trying different things and hoping for the best, the more that you can learn, the more knowledge you will have and the more power you will have and the more that you will feel in control. And like I said, because I just spent so many years just wandering around thinking that I was a failure and that there was something wrong with me. And why couldn't I just lose weight and eat healthy and get to the gym? Like, why was it so hard and so complicated? And it's just because no one had sat me down and explained what I was doing. And this is your reminder that you are a damn smart woman, and you can't not do this thing because you can't do it. It's just that you don't understand what you're doing. And once you get your head around it, you will just skyrocket your way to success. So definitely focus on learning as much as you can, because that knowledge is power. Okay, so why do we procrastinate? Number one, confusion. So when you don't know how much to eat to lose weight, when you don't know how much protein you should be eating, when you don't know how many calories you should be eating, when you don't know what the right workout to do is, when you're not sure how many steps you should be doing, it's confusing. And this confusion creates inaction. So when we are confused, we don't do anything because we're thinking, and like our brains are like jumping from, well, should I do 10,000 steps? Or like, how much water should I be drinking? Or is that the right amount of protein to eat? Or should I be eating 1,200 calories? Because I know that's a fad thing that goes around, that we're supposed to eat 1,200 calories to lose weight. This confusion creates inaction, because when we don't know what we're doing, why would you do it? Like, why would you do it? If you don't know what you're doing and why you're doing it, why would you bother doing it? So that confusion leads to procrastination. And so we just end up doing nothing at all. Okay, number two, overwhelm. So there is so much noise, rubbish, BS in the healthy eating and weight loss space, and it's really hard to know what to listen to. Let's be honest, it really is. So, it's that overwhelm. It's like, well, hang on, I've got a meal prep. Hang on, I have to hit 10K steps. Okay, I know I've got to eat protein. There's all this stuff around protein. I've got to get my water in. Hang on a minute, I'm supposed to lift weights as well, because that's really good for like my bone health and like as I get older, and like I need to have muscle. And then on top of that, you're juggling work, family, kids. You have so many responsibilities. So, and then the problem with that is that even when it's a good thing, like doing some exercise, it just feels like too much because you've just got so much on. You're so overwhelmed. You're trying to think of all the healthy things you should be doing, juggling your work and your family and trying to do exercise. It all just feels too much. And then what do? We push it to the side. We go, can't deal with healthy eating and weight loss right now, so I'm just going to put it to the side and I'll deal with it later. The overwhelm stops you from taking action. Number three, this is a huge one. You don't have a clear and simple plan. It is very hard to not procrastinate, and it is very hard to not take action when you don't know what you're doing. Women in the Healthy Eating Hype Gal membership have access to my simplified plan. It is so simple. So when you join, they get my exclusive diet audit. So you've got 7 days. At the end of the 7 days, you will know exactly where you've been going wrong, what you've been eating too much of, what you've been eating too little of, and exactly how to create a calorie deficit for success. And the calorie deficit for success, it's a 2-step process. That's it, to work out your numbers. There is so much stuff out there, fancy, complicated calculations, and it's overwhelming. It is. It's so overwhelming and confusing. And you start getting into your calculations and your different things, and you're like, well, I just can't do this. So number 3 is that you don't have a clear and simple plan. When you have a clear and simple plan, you know what you're doing, you know why you're doing it, you can see that it's going to work, and that you can have confidence in the decisions and the choices that you're making. So not having a clear, simple plan and just floundering around and trying all the different things and hoping that they'll stick and work is leading to you to procrastinate and just not doing anything at all. Number 4, this is a huge one for us gals, especially us mothers. We put ourselves last. Now, I have this motto, which I think I may have mentioned once before on the podcast, but I want you to start using this motto so you can stop putting yourself last. It should be me too instead of me last, because as women, we always put ourselves last. So I want you to start using that phrase, me too, not me last. It's not everyone else gets everything that they need first and then I'm last. It's me too. You get to factor into that as well. You matter. It's important that you show up for yourself because it's that whole thing, like they say, when you're on the aeroplane and the oxygen mask comes down. There's a reason that they tell you to put it on your face first before you go and help your kids or your family members or your partner. There's a reason for that. So when you put yourself last, it's very hard for you to then show up as your best self for other people. So really start using that motto of me too instead of me last so that you can stop procrastinating and start taking action. Number 5 of why we procrastinate is because of decision fatigue. Women are tired. We are exhausted. Our mental load is massive. Our mental load is so different than what it was 50 years ago because we are juggling so many things, and decision fatigue is a real and true thing. You make a million tiny decisions every single day. So by the time it comes to dinner time or something, it's like, I'm just exhausted. I'm so tired. I just want to sit on the couch and watch a Netflix. I just don't want to make another decision today. And then what happens is I'll grab whatever easiest just becomes your norm. I'll just grab whatever's quickest. I'll just grab whatever's easiest. I'll just grab whatever is just going to take me 5 minutes to put in the oven or throw together or grab a takeaway. It just becomes your new norm. So that decision fatigue is...
The Hype Girl membership is absolutely amazing. I've lost 11.2 kilos while still eating chocolate most days and all the yummy foods. You don't have to give up what you love to be healthy and happy. I absolutely love the Hype Girl community. It's a group of like-minded women who are wanting to be the best versions of themselves, healthy and happy. I feel safe sharing in the space and it helps with accountability. All of the women in there are just beautiful and I highly recommend joining. It's the best thing I've ever done for myself. I've been doing a lot of personal development for the last few years, but it wasn't until I joined the Hype Girl membership that I truly realised that I had been binge eating because I was restricting foods that I loved like chocolate and making myself feel ashamed because I'm overweight. I can't eat that. People will think I'm disgusting. Whereas now I have chocolate in the house almost all the time. My daughter loves it too. And I eat it whenever I want to, but I don't feel like it all that often because I'm so satisfied with the meals that I'm eating from the Hype Girl membership. It's really, food freedom is the best feeling in the world.
Is enhancing your procrastination and stopping you from making better choices for yourself. Okay, so we've talked a lot about why we procrastinate as women, and I'm sure that the things that I've mentioned, you can probably resonate with all of them, because I know I can on a daily basis. But I want to give you lots of tips on how you can stop procrastinating and actually start taking that action. Because like I said, I know you've got good intentions for yourself. No, you want to look and feel amazing and just glow from the inside out and feel confident in who you are, be able to wear what you want, feel good, sleep well, have lots of energy. I know that you want that, but this procrastination keeps getting in your way and stopping you from taking action. So, and here's the crazy truth is we actually spend 3 to 4 times the amount of time, like a wasted time, thinking about doing the thing than actually doing the thing, which is crazy if you think about it. And like I said, that applies to so many things. Whether it's joining up at a gym, starting a gym class, changing jobs, like going on a holiday or a trip or moving somewhere, all those things. We spend so much wasted time actually thinking about the thing instead of doing the thing. So we're really trying to narrow down that time so you can spend less time procrastinating and more time taking action and doing the thing. Number 1, start small, really small, okay? Instead of, I need to prep all of my meals for the week, say to yourself, I'll chop the veggies for tomorrow's dinner. That's it. That's it. That will stop you from procrastinating and start you taking action. You have to just start small, really small, and focus on small things. So I don't want you to think about anything big, anything huge. I don't want you to think about all the millions of things you have to do. Just start small. Pick something and start with it. I'll chop the veggies for tomorrow's dinner. Okay? Or it might be, I'll go to the gym at 6 a.m. tomorrow. I'll cut up some fruit and put it in containers in my fridge. Really small things because, as I mentioned in our previous episode, our brain likes signs of our success. So when you do these things, you're reinforcing to your brain that you can do these things. And what happens over time is it just builds. It builds, your confidence builds, and you'll find that you spend less time procrastinating and more times just taking action and doing the thing instead of wasting all that time actually thinking about doing the thing. Number 2, lower your perfect standard. Now, I am a perfectionist. Definitely for me wasn't something that I realized until I'd gotten a bit older, until after I'd had kids and things, that I realized that I'm a perfectionist. Like, if I'm going to do something, I will do it properly and it needs to be done perfectly. And I realized that, and not just with losing weight, but throughout my life, like I've just realized that I've not done a lot of things because I couldn't do them perfectly, or I would take longer to do them because I had to do them perfectly in the first place. So I really want you to lower your perfect standard. So waiting for the perfect time or like the right time just keeps you stuck. It constantly keeps you stuck because you're like, oh, well, I'll do that later. I'll do that when things slow down. I'll do that after my kid's dance concert. I'll do that after end of financial year at work. I'll do that after my work trip. There's no perfect time. It's just about lowering your perfect standard. And instead of perfect, try good enough, or something's better than nothing. Like, change that language and change the way that you speak, because something is going to be better than nothing. If you're waiting on perfect, then like you're not doing anything. You're not taking any action. You're procrastinating. So lower your perfect standard and let good enough be okay, or something is better than nothing. And like I said, that relates back to number 1 about starting small. Instead of, well, I need to plan and prep my dinners for the entire week. I'm just going to chop my veggies for the stir fry. Okay. I'm just going to plan out 3 days of dinners and that's it. Like, start small and lower that perfect standard. Number 3, create an if-then plan or a plan B. So what I mean by this is, if I don't have time to go to the gym, so this is this if and then plan. So if I don't have time to go to the gym after work, then I'll do a 15-minute walk with the dog instead. So the problem with our procrastination is we just get stuck in our heads that it's got to be this perfect plan. Just because you planned to go to the gym after work doesn't mean that if you do something different, that it's not just as impactful and it's not just as important. So have an if and then plan. So you can set out that you want to go to the gym or your Pilates class or your weights workout at home or whatever you're planning to do, but have a if then plan. So if that doesn't work, then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do a YouTube workout. Then I'm going to go for, like I said, walk the dog for 15 minutes. Have a plan B or have an if and then plan, and be okay with it. Remember, it's the action that's you're missing. Okay. It's not that it has to be perfect. It's that you're not taking action towards the things that you want and towards your goals. So if your if and then plan gets some action and gets you doing the thing, then it's better than you just waiting for perfect and not doing anything at all. Number 4, the 2-minute rule. This is a good one. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now. Do it now. Remember, with all of these kind of tasks, you have to put yourself in the future version of you, okay? So if you, like, let's say for me, so nighttime, always make sure like my kitchen's tidy and like the dishwasher's stacked and it's turned on and things like that. It takes me 2 minutes, okay? But future me benefits from that because I wake up in the morning and I'm not behind to start. I go into the kitchen and the kitchen is clean. I'm not dealing with old food dishes and mess and that the kids have left there. It takes me 2 minutes. So if something takes you 2 minutes, do it now. Could be wiping the kitchen bench. It could be stacking the dishwasher. It could be throwing some oats in a bowl to soak overnight that you can have for your breakfast, filling your water bottle, putting out your gym clothes, all of those little mini tasks that take less than 2 minutes. Just do them. Do them in that moment that you think of them. Don't wait until later and put it off. Do it in that moment. Number 5, and this is definitely a firm favorite of mine, it's habit stacking, okay? So what that means is, to stop you from procrastinating, I want you to stack or attach one task with something that you always do already. So for example, for me, at nighttime, I go into my bedroom, like getting ready for bed, brushing my teeth. And when I brush my teeth at night, okay, as I'm getting ready for bed, I get my gym clothes out ready for the morning and I put them on my dresser so that they are there, they are waiting and they are ready to go. So I'm stacking that habit with something that I already do. So brushing my teeth at nighttime and I put my gym clothes out for the morning. Another example might be you make your morning coffee and then you say, I'll go for a 10-minute walk before I start my day. It's about stacking two things together. So you need to pick one thing that you're really good at, that you just do without thinking. Like I said, it's morning coffee, it's brushing your teeth. It's something that you do consistently, easily every single day, and stack it with something else. There's other ways that you can do it, especially with exercise. Like you can, if you're going to the gym or you've got a walking pad at home and you're on the walking pad, instead of just walking on the walking pad, can't you do your emails at the same time? Or while you're on the walking pad, you could start like thinking of meals and ideas that you can make for your family dinners that week. It's all about working smarter and harder. And like I said, it's about getting you to take the action. Okay, you've got the good intentions for yourself. You want the things, but we need to start getting you to take the action towards the goals. And like I said, you just doing these things just stops you from wasting so many wasted hours and minutes thinking about doing the thing instead of actually doing the thing. And I really want to stress this one because I know that for a lot of us, and I know that I guess a societal thing as well too, is that we sort of associate procrastination with being lazy. If you procrastinate, it doesn't mean that you're lazy. It just means that you care, but that you are overwhelmed. That's it. Okay. So procrastination doesn't mean that you're lazy. It means that you care, but you're just overwhelmed. So every time that you take action, you're creating that new brain pathway that tells yourself that change is doable and possible. So please always remember, if you're procrastinating, it's not that you're lazy. You care about yourself, but you're just overwhelmed. So try and reduce that confusion, reduce that overwhelm, start to create a simple plan for your success and start doing some of those things that I talked about with like the 2-minute rule and ditching the perfection, and focus on those things. Start so that you can start taking action instead of just wasting all this time thinking about doing something and not doing anything at all, because it's really not a nice place to be in. Like because that's how you get that stuck feeling, because you feel like you want to do the things, but you're not doing the things and you just feel stuck. Like you're not making progress, nothing's changing, and you're not going anywhere. So I hope that you found today's episode really powerful. Definitely start taking those small steps, those small little things that you're going to do that are going to start getting you taking some action towards your goals, because I promise you'll just start to feel so much lighter, so much better for it, because you'll feel like you're starting to move forward and starting to move out of that unstuck phase and that procrastination stage that just keeps you going nowhere. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the Healthier Podcast, and I will see you all in our next one. Thank you so much for tuning in to another empowering episode of the Healthy Her Podcast. If you enjoyed today's chat and found it helpful, hitting that follow or subscribe button would be amazing, because your support means the world to me. Come connect with me on Instagram @TheActiveBod for your daily dose of inspiration and for loads of new easy meal ideas. Take care and keep thriving. See you next week.